Hey, welcome back, everybody. Thanks for joining me again for yoga. That's my sign language there for grab your yoga mat, roll it out on the floor, and finish your freaking coffee because we've got some work to do, okay? So once you got your mat down, ask yourself why you don't have a kick-ass cool yoga mat like me. Well, I get all of my mats at Big Raven Yoga Mats. And there's a link in the description so you can get yours. Go ahead and step onto the crappy mat you have at home. And then move around side to side. Bend your knees one at a time. I'm just kidding. I bet you love your mat just like I do. But all we're doing here is stepping onto the mat is introducing movement and just being curious about space. Roll out your neck. Let's dab. So from the dab, put your right hand on the top of your head, pull your right ear to your right shoulder, and lower your left arm slowly. It was Rabindranath Tagore who said, "The fuck?" No. Come to think of it, let's dab the other side. Place your left hand on the top of your head, pull your left ear to your shoulder, lower your right arm. What he really said was, it's very simple to be happy, but very difficult to be simple. And nobody knows that better than me because nobody's simpler than me. I'm as simple as it gets. And this is going to be a nice simple flow for you. So go ahead and take those feet just a little bit wider and then just work from side to side, loosening up the hips. Lifting your butt, touching your toes, moving around. Again, movement's medicine, you can't do it wrong. So your movements don't have to mimic what I'm doing right now. Just warm up your body. Do a little twist. Make a little love. Get down tonight. I'm all Casey and the Sunshine Band right now. Now we're going to do a back bend. Grab onto the sides of your head. Lift your elbows. Most importantly, pull your groin back so it feels like you're trying to stick your butt out against the wall that you're trying to put the top of your head on. That feels good. That's going to push the heart forward. Step forward. And welcome to Stronger Yoga, guys. Let's do this. Reach up, breathe in, going right into a salutation, swan dive, touch your mat, lift your left leg, breathe in. And as you exhale, step back as soft as you can. Inhale, lower your left knee. Exhale, sit back to your left heel, straighten your right leg, pull your toes back, and then come forward. Plant the hands, draw your right leg back, touch your chest to the mat, push up, press back. We're in down dog. It's your first dog, but don't be afraid to go deep because we're deep dogging today. Deep dogging. So press your heels into the ground and just explore. Take that right leg up and step softly forward. Reach your right hand up, turning your chest to the right, pulling your heart away from your right hip, then reach down, step to the top. Place your hands on your knees and breathe in. Place your hands on the outside of your calves and push your calves in while your calves push against your hands. Rise up. Exhale, bow forward again. Right leg lifts. Exhale, step back. Inhale, knee down, chest forward. And as you exhale, sit back to the right heel. Pull your left toes back. Heart lifts away from the hips. Come forward, step back. Touch your chest to the mat. Push up. Press back into down dog. And one more time, just take the opportunity to push your heels down, press your heart back, and get deep in that dog. Deep dogging. Lift your left leg up. And as you exhale, step forward. Reach your left hand up. Remember, pull your collarbones away from your left hip. Keep your hips down low. Then reach down and step to the top of your mat again. Half lift, nice flat back, hands on the knees. Place the hands on the outside of the calves. Push the calves against the hands as you push your hands in. Rise up. Let's repeat. Exhale, fold forward. This is our second set. Left leg lifts. Exhale, step back. Changing camera so you can get a different look at that. Heart forward, knee down. And then sit back. Remember, try to get your spine vertical to the floor. This is not about stretching over the leg. Lower your chest. Push up and press back. And lift your right leg up into the air. And as you exhale, step back to the top. Reach your right hand up. Pull your hips low. Reach down. Step to the top of the mat. Lift halfway up. Create a nice straight back. And as you exhale, round the back and press the calves in. Push the calves against the hands. Rise up. Touch the palms. Bow. Swan dive forward, lift the right leg, exhale, step back. Lower the knee, pull the chest forward, nipples against your shirt. Exhale, sit back, butt against your pants. Pull your left toes back towards your hip, then come forward. Step back, touch your chest, push up, press back. As you inhale, lift that left leg, and as you exhale, step as soft as you can. Reach your left hand up, nice little twist there. Reach down, step to the top. Half lift, hands to knees. Exhale, hands to calves, squeeze in, push out. And rise up. We're going to do one more set, guys, because 3's the magic number. Lift your left leg, exhale, step back. Lower your knee, chest forward, breathe in. Sit back, spine vertical to the floor, lift the heart, pull the toes back, come forward, plant the hands. Draw the right foot back, touch your chest to the mat, push up, press back. Inhale the right leg up, and as you exhale, step forward. Reach your right hand up. As you exhale, reach down, step to the top, inhale to a half lift, exhale, hands to calves, look at the back edge of your mat between your legs, rise up, we got to do one more. Exhale, hinge forward, man, those salutations feel good. Lift the right leg, exhale, step back, inhale, chest forward, and exhale, sit back to the right heel, lift the heart, pull the left toes back, and then come forward, plant the hands, draw the left leg back, touch your chest, push up, press back, lift the left leg and breathe in, exhale and step forward. Reach your left hand up, turn your chest to your left leg, reach down and step back to the top of your mat. One more half lift, breathe in, pull down and breathe out. I'm fully aware at this moment you're probably going to start to hate me. Squat down, reach your hands forward, flip your palms up, Utkatasana. Remember, Utkatasana means awkward, and it is awkward to sit down and find that there is no chair to place your butt on. But what I want you to do is sit down into that uncomfortable zone where it's the 20% that's most difficult, and then just pulse your butt up and down from there. It's maybe 2 inches. Lifting and lowering the glutes slowly, calmly, serenely. Rise up. Exhale. Hinge forward. Lift the left leg up. Step on back. Lower the left knee down. And we are going to stretch that left hip flexor or hip flexors. Reach back and grab your left foot with your right hand. Pull your heel to your tailbone. Turn your chest to the right. Pull the collarbones away from the hip. Reach down, step back into your down dog, and deep dog it. Press the heart towards the feet. Don't forget to look straight down. Lift the left leg and step forward. We're just going to do that same pose on the other side here. Lower the right knee down. Grab the right foot with the left hand. Pull the heel to the tailbone. And as you turn your chest to the left, possibly, then think about trying to drag your right knee forward. Create that more active stretch in the right hip, holding the heel as close to the tailbone as you can. Reach down. Step to the top of your space. Lift halfway up, breathe in. Hands to the calves, look at the back edge of your mat. We're going to do our second Utkatasana. Squat down, reach your hands forward, flip your palms up, and try to pull your hip creases all the way to the back edge of your mat. And make sure you've still got weight in the front of your feet. Lift the heart. There's a nice little slope there of my back that a nice mouse could sort of slide down on a pair of skis. And why a small mouse would slide down my back is, I don't know, but we have to talk about something because you're still in the pose. Rise up, we're done. Damn it. Bow forward. Glad that's over. Lift your left leg, step back, and lower the left knee down. Take a couple of deep breaths as you try to press your right knee over the top edge of your mat. Keep the heart lifted. Keep your jawline parallel to the floor. Breathe deep. Now we're going to sit back again. That's why we added this to our salutation pattern. And now you can see there what I'm really just operating from is the toes and the ankle. I'm just trying to pull the toes back to the knee and dorsiflex the foot. Now I'm going to reach over the toes with the right hand, and you're going to notice that I'm going to pull the toes back, and then I'm going to release. So that stretches deep in your calf, and we're oscillating it. That means just going in and out, forward and back, going from position to position. All those oscillations, they just allow those fibers to go, okay, this is what we're doing. Okay, I kind of get the idea what you're asking me. Now step the right foot back into your downward facing dog, and lift your left leg, step forward. We're going to do the exact same thing again, just the same sort of series of movements. But first we want to press the heart forward, jawline parallel to the floor, eyes are forward. And then when you're ready, we're going to slowly begin to pull back. Come on, Scott, pull back. You stubborn son of a bitch. Do what I tell you. I don't remember doing it that long on that side. All right, now sit back. We're sitting on the right heel, and not only do we get the benefit of stretching the left calf and a bunch of muscles in the left leg, but we're also working stretches into the foot we're sitting on. There's a nice stretch there in the arch of your right foot, and you get to splay your right toes. Now reach over your left foot, and just like we did on the first side, you're just going to oscillate. You're just going to try to pull yourself forward with your foot at the ankle while you're holding it, and then pull the toes back and move forward and back. About 3 times. That's what it takes. It takes 3 times. No matter what you're doing, you can let your mind go to any weird, dirty place or spiritual growth place, and I'm not going to judge you for either one, but 3 times, okay? And then step forward. Half lift, hands to the knees. Hands to the calves. Look at the back edge of your mat, chin to chest. Are we going to do another uka? Oh, you guys got out of that one. I thought I did 3. Now we're going to do another back bend. And here from the side, you can see that I've got my hands on the side of my head, sort of cupping the ears. And as the elbows go up, the pubic bones go back. So what I'm trying to do is pull my hip crease closer to the back edge of my mat so that the lordosis that I'm creating through extension in the spine moves up the spine. And then we're going to bind the hands behind us, squeeze the palms, and bow forward. It's not really important here how much you can lift your fists off your back. In fact, I want you to lower your arms to your back, step your left foot back. So it looks like we're a little bit in a humble warrior, but we want that lunge stance. So stay on the ball of your back foot. Slowly pull your fist to the left, turn your chest to the right. And then we're going to take that the other direction. Pull your fist to the long right edge of your mat. Turn your chest to the left. Come to center. This is where it gets tricky. Straighten your right leg. Lift your fist. Bend your left knee and lift your left heel high. You're trying to hold your mat down with the ball of your left foot and slide your mat forward with your right foot. Plant the hands. Plant the knee. Nice work, guys. Now we're going to go back into that back bend from a kneeling position. Now balance is less of an issue. We've got 3 points of contact. But when you're lifting your elbows and looking up, try to press your heart to what you're looking at through your elbows and try to drag your back knee energetically forward. That's going to create tension in that hip flexor and, again, create that more active stretch. As we release, we're going to plant the left hand, step right foot right, lower right elbow towards your mat. I'm just going to say towards because it doesn't have to touch. Now reach your right hand up and create an arc. Now as you reach to your left, you can't see it from this angle, but I'll switch here in a second so you can see I'm actually trying to push my butt and my hips to the right. I'm trying to get my butt crack right over the long edge of my mat to the right. And then we're going to oscillate again. We're going back down, right elbow, and then right hand up. And as I reach left, I'm going to try to push my hips to the right. Inhale back up, and exhale right elbow down near the arch of your right foot. Again, elbow doesn't have to touch, just get your heart low, then reach up and over and push your hips to the right as you reach to the left with your right hand. Hold this one for a moment, and that was nice, and we're done. We're going to step back. And sitting to the heels in hero's pose, we just pause to reconnect with the breath, with the body, and stillness before we begin again. Slide your right leg forward into a pigeon prep position. So your left knee slides to the outside of your left wrist, then slide the right knee back. Again, we're going to oscillate a really small movement. Again, this is all simple stuff we're going to work on today, but effective. Curling your right toes under, press through the right heel, lift the right knee, and then point your right toes behind you and lift the right knee. So you're pressing into the top of your foot. Lower the knee, curl the toes under, lift the knee, press through the heel, and then lower the knee, point your toes, press down into the top of the foot. And when you're ready, we're going to take the hands off the floor and maybe take the knees off the floor. Now from here, I'd rather you have your knee off the ground and your hands on the ground. But if you can take your hands off the mat and place them on your hips, just try doing that same movement and then step back. Right leg lifts, open the hip, bend the knee, and then step forward. Lift the left leg up, bend your left knee so you're trying to squeeze an orange at the back of your left leg. And then draw your left toes to the right. Reach back with your right hand. Grab the left foot. Once you have a hold of it and you have your balance, reach your left hand up and back and see if you can grab the other side of your left foot with your left hand. From here, we're going to hold that heel to the tailbone and try to turn the chest to the left, lifting collarbones away from the hip. Oh my gosh. It doesn't matter if you fall out or not. The purpose is to try to find the edge of our ability. That's where we improve. Now, if you're ready to come out, if you haven't fallen out yet, we're slowly going to release the left foot with the right hand to the floor. Then let go of the foot with the left hand, plant that hand too, and step to the top. Oof! Yeah, baby, but now we know we can do some stuff, right? And some effective things for the body. This is just constant re-education and retraining of what the body's capable of doing from a mobility standpoint. Let's do the other side. We're going to bind the hands behind us. And for some reason, I'm looking, what are you looking at? Don't look at me like that. Oh, I guess, there we go. I had to switch cameras. It's, trying to film a yoga class in the age of COVID is difficult, man. Slowly step your right foot back. We're coming into sort of that humble lunge. So remember, don't plant the right heel, please. We're really trying to always focus on our stability. Lift your fist, keep your heart low to your left knee, and then pull your fist over the long right edge of your mat and turn your chest left. And then slowly pull your fist over your back to the left side and turn your chest to the right. Come back to center. Here's where we're going to straighten the left leg, lift the right heel, and bend the right knee. Again, it should feel like you're holding your mat down with your back foot, trying to slide your mat forward with your front foot. That'll pull the groin back, lift the hips, lift the fists, and slowly bring it forward. We're going to release. Take those fingertips to the ground and rise up. Grab a hold of your horns or just slide your thumbs over your ears and lift your elbows away from your mat. Look up at the ceiling or the sky if you happen to be outside. And remember, the elbows go up, and then the pelvis kind of is pulled back by the right knee trying to slide forward. Now we're going to oscillate into that hip position. Let's go left elbow to the arch of the left foot. And then reach your left hand up. Right arm is going to go to the back and probably stay there. And I'm going to switch cameras again because I can multitask. And as I reach to the right, I'm pushing my butt crack over the long left edge of my mat to the left of the left foot. Now the left elbow is going to come down again, right next to the arch of the foot. Again, it's not important if your forearm or your elbow comes to rest on the ground. Just move to your ability and reach up and over to the right. Don't forget to push your butt cheeks over the left edge of your mat. Come back up. I love threes. We're going to do one more. You can always count. How many are we going to do? We're going to do 3. All right? Rise up one more time. And reach over. This is tough love. That's what I offer you. It's love, but this is tough. This is difficult stuff, and that's what we have to do, especially if you're plus 35. You got to get out of your comfort zone, get into your discomfort zone, maybe go to auto zone, take a break here. And now we're going to slide right knee forward into the pigeon position. Subtle but effective. All these little changes in the ankle, the toes, it's going to give us more mobility from the bottom of the foot all the way to the hip. So once we feel ready in our pigeon prep position, we're going to slowly think about lifting the knee, both with the toes curled under and with the toes pointing back. Go ahead and lift your left knee now if you haven't yet. Press down into the ball, press through the heel, lower the knee, point your toes behind you. When you're ready, press into the top of your foot and try to take that knee back off the mat, just for a breath. And then you can lower the knee back down, curl the toes back under, and remember at any time in any of these sets, you can take your hands off the mat, bring them to your hips or to your right leg, and press the left knee off the mat with the toes curled under, and then lift the knee off the mat with the toes pointing back, pressing into the top of the foot. I don't know about you, but like that hat, my little horn, that's like it's like a performance enhancing drug. I feel more powerful yoga when I wear horns. Don't judge me. How dare you? Lift your left leg up. Let's finish this. Step forward. Now we're going to take that right knee to the mat and lift the left leg up. Lift your right leg up and bend your right knee. You're pointing your right big toe at the ceiling. And then you're going to turn your right hip open. That means your right knee points right and your right toes point left. The left hand reaches back and captures the inside of your right foot. Fingertips over the top of the foot. Then slowly the right hand is going to reach back. Now, not only could I not switch cameras here, I didn't want to, not to show off, but to prove to you that this is all one take. And what we're trying to do is simply challenge our balance. And we do that not just by standing on one leg, but by moving the head, because major components of our balance system is in our eyes and our ears. Right hand reaches down for the mat. Left hand reaches down. Foot steps forward. And I might have got the hands right. You get the idea. We're back at the top of the mat. See, my horns give me more yoga power, but they actually make me dumber, maybe. Now let's just take a moment to breathe here at the top of the mat before we proceed on. Just because I think I might have felt like I was about to pass out there. Now, a lot of times you can get lightheaded. Anybody can. It's not necessarily related to blood pressure. Go ahead and step your right foot back and turn so that now the chest and pelvis and toes are facing the long edge of your mat. And we're going to just bend those knees one at a time again. And we're going to sit slowly to the right heel. As the hips come down, the heel will probably need to rise. I want you to really notice there that I am trying to keep my left foot especially the pinky toe, the knife edge of my left foot flat on the mat. Trying to keep some space between the arch of the left foot and the mat. Right hand comes to that back corner and my left hand comes to the side of my head. We're going to do this twice. So all I'm doing is trying to lift my left elbow away from the mat and then touch left elbow to right knee just to come out. And then we're just going to repeat that movement. So I'm lifting chin away from chest and away from left foot, lifting left elbow to the sky, looking up, and keeping the hips sitting low to the right heel. Let's do the other side. Go ahead and step that right hand over, lower the left hip to the left heel. The left heel rises to meet the hip, but keep your right foot planted as flat as you can. Don't you see, I'm watching myself on the monitor here, and I'm thinking to myself, what the hell were you thinking? Probably something stupid. Now place your left hand in that corner of your mat behind your left hip. Right hand to the side of the head. And all I'm really trying to do, just to be clear, is lift the right elbow away from the right foot. And I didn't quite have my hand in the right position there, so you can see me faltering there. Remember, it's a practice. It's a practice. They don't call this a yoga perfection. They call it a yoga practice. And as I come out, I'm going to just touch elbow to knee, just so that I can take a normal breath or two. Because when you move into this extension, into this opening, it can be very common to try to hold your breath, to hold the pose. So it's really important that we oscillate in and out. It's really important that we constantly are reminding ourselves to breathe. Go ahead and release that. And come to center. Now I'm going to karate chop my left elbow there so you know that the pinky rests in the inside of your arm where blood is drawn out of your arm. That way your hands don't have to hold onto your elbows to prevent your arms from falling to the floor. And then from here, I'm just going to bend the right knee. And as I bend the right knee, gravity's pulling everything down and my elbows are touching the mat. Go ahead and switch sides and straighten your right leg, bend the left knee, and then see if you can't keep both knees bending and moving so that as your elbows slide side to side towards your big toes, they don't lift off the floor and come back to the floor. Now we're going to step back and lower the knees, and we're going to come into a hero's position at the center of the mat, facing the long edge. Again, take a moment just to capture the opportunity to take a deep breath. I'm going to plant my hands to the left and step the left foot back, and I'm in sort of a shortened pigeon position. So now what we're going to do, now that we've worked those hips into extension, is we're going to create some extension up the spine, and you can grab the side of your head or extend your arms out straight, which is what I went for here, just to create that opening across the arm line, and that's from your inner elbow to your inner elbow across your chest. Plant the hands to your right, and then step the left leg back into position. Back into hero's pose, just for a breath. And then step the hands to the right. Step the right foot back and come into the shortened pigeon. And the shortened pigeon means that that right foot can step off the mat, because really what we're concerned with is balancing on the left shin and the right knee. Reach your hands up. I don't know what was up with my lighting there, but it really does appear as though I have been ordained by the Almighty, bathed in light, to receive all the bountiful greatness and divine energy that yoga can provide when it's not just absolutely driving us crazy and tormenting us. Center. More and more, the older I get, I love that moment where I can center. Now we're coming into a side sit position. where the right shin is in front of us and your left leg is rotated the other way with your left foot behind your left hip. Now, all I'm doing here is leaning to the right knee and then trying to sit to the left sitting bone. And then we'll take it into a sort of circumductive move where you're rotating in a cone shape, the heart over the hips. This is also technically known as getting jiggy with it. It's also known as just fucking moving around and don't think about it too much. Just pay attention to how your body feels when you do it. We're going to sit up and switch the legs. And now, though the rotation of the femur has switched, the right femur is medially rotating due to the seating position, and the left is lateral. So just take a moment to lean to the left knee, and then sit up away from it. Try to get that right sitting bone on the mat. And then when you're ready, start to roll the heart over the hips, and 2 or 3, but really 3. And then go the other way. Again, it's not about right or wrong. It's about what you feel and what you notice you feel. It's about your opportunity to pay attention to your body. Taking those deep breaths and then switching those camera angles and then sitting on the center of your mat. Now, I don't want to get too blue here, but the reason why the first big Raven yoga mat I bought, as you extend your legs up into a abdominal crunch, is so that I could say I sat on Audrey Hepburn's face. Now, I mean that literally, not like metaphorically. So all you're doing is lifting your legs, and I'm giving you plenty of options there. If I didn't distract you with sitting on Audrey Hepburn's face, I apologize. Sometimes I just can't stop it. Lift and lower. Plant the hands, plant your feet, and lift your groin. Lift your heels maybe. Lower your butt. Now we're going to squeeze the legs together and lean back. Try to flatten your back. So that's why I'm switching cameras there, because what I'm going to try to do is keep my low back off of the ground and pull the heels to the left hip and sit. We're going to do this 2 times on each side. Extend your legs straight. Bend your knees. Pull your heels over to your left hip until you can sit up. Back into that side sit position we've been working on. Extend the legs. Bend the knees. Pull your heels to your right hip and see if you can't sit up. And then lean back. Legs straighten. As the knees bend, we're going to lean to the right and try to sit with the heels to the left. Roll onto your back. We're just about done. We're going to do a little what's called Dewey Potapittum. I didn't make that up, and that's not Donald Duck's 3 nephews. Lift your butt, reach your hands up and back, and then lower your butt and your hands back to the first position. As you inhale, reach up and back. And as you exhale, plant your hands in your hips. And inhale, reach up. And it's the pelvic thrust that really drives them insane. Now we're going to slowly keep your hands where they are. Lower your butt. Keep your hands where they are above your head. And try to get your butt on the mat before your spine rolls down. And the eagle has landed. That's what I call my butt. I call it the eagle. And the eagle is landed. Now, once you're down, we're going to bring the knees to the chest and then reach between the knees. Grab the outside of your feet, bring the soles of your feet together, and press your inner ankles towards your belly and pull your shoulder blades onto your mat. I think if Audrey Hepburn was alive today, she would be pretty stoked that I was sitting on her face doing yoga. Stretch out. Did we just do it again? We did it again. We yoga'd it up. We're doing yoga and shit. We're doing yoga and shit. That's how we get fit. Doing yoga and shit. Don't be a twit. Get on your mat a little bit. Do some yoga and shit. Then lay down for a bit. Shavasana. I'm so glad you guys joined me today for a fun practice. Don't forget, you can become a Patreon member and support all of these awesome classes we're bringing to YouTube. I really appreciate you guys spending a little bit of time with me, and I hope you'll come back and do it again. We've got almost 100 classes now on YouTube, and we're adding classes every single week. Look forward to seeing you again. Namaste.